Chapter 2 The Witch Doctor. It has been a few days now, and my sleepwalking continued unabated, along with what would seem to be a shadow double masquerading as me around the house at night. My moonlit meetings were beginning to scare my parents, going as far as even giving my parents a description of my new friend. She had long black hair that covered most of her face, black clothing, and a long stick that she would use to fly away towards the full moon. Every night till the full moon was gone, she would appear to talk and to sing to me. I'm not sure what kind of conversations we would have, let alone what she would sing to me about, but my infatuation with her grew. My parents were unsure what to do or who to ask for something as out of the ordinary as a young woman in black flying in every night. Luckily, the answer was a lot closer. Sometime while I was at school, a family member of mine suggested a little visit to a family friend, a witch doctor. To this day, I cannot for the life of me remember anything for what I am about to say, but to repeat what I had been told had happened before I had fallen asleep on the ride home. Sometime between spring or summer, I remember heading north somewhere between Westlaco and Mercedes. We were driving down a dirt road out in the outskirts of town till we came upon a fork in the road. To the right were newly built houses, largely spaced between each other. To the left, nothing but thick green trees swaying in the wind. Left is where we continued on. The grass and trees seemed endless as we drove by. Almost hard to believe that someone lived out here in this vast green ocean. I'm not sure how long we drove. 30, 40, maybe even an hour it seemed to me as I slowly dozed off. Eventually, a long brown brick house appeared just between an opening in the tree line. It would seem to be newly built. Nothing out of the ordinary at least. Lawn freshly cut. Plants neatly laid out in rows and around trees, peaceful and attuned to nature. I had fallen asleep at this point and would later awaken at my grandparents' house. I will have no memory of any of the events I'm about to describe. Once arriving at the brick house, we were invited in by a strange gentleman. He was very kind and friendly, though he did ask nothing was to be touched as we entered the house. The inside was filled with clutter, dirt, and cobwebs. Dust was easy to track as you walked around the floor. The outside may have appeared new, but the inside suggested no one had lived inside for years. The strange gentleman walked around at first, then examined me as I slept. A look of concern came upon his face, and he walked into the next room. A noise could be heard, as if he were rummaging through a few items. In the meantime, another noise just to the corner of the room we were in caught some attention. It rattled a little at a time and was covered by an old dusty blanket. The noise stopped, but the blanket now started to move from the inside. Whatever was inside kept poking at the blanket till finally a small arm could be seen through a small hole. The arm went back inside the old blanket and did not come out again. The strange gentleman returned to the room, still with concern in his eyes, and simply said that a curse was placed on me. If this curse were to have continued on, eventually it would have taken me away. He did say, luckily, it can be prevented. He said, on the next full moon, water should be thrown out onto the stairs to prevent her from coming back. But before then, I should be given a bowl of cabbage soup. The cabbage must not be completely eaten, but instead, have me drink from the soup and throw the cabbage out. We were to watch what would happen to the cabbage. Once I was awakened, I was given the soup immediately. I drank sips of it, and it was thrown out. Within seconds, the cabbage turned brown, then black. Was this it? Could it finally be over, this strange occurrence of events? Maybe not.